Alright guys, today we're going to talk about scientific notation. We write really large and really small numbers in science class, and we need to be able to do that. With a decimal, you can't put the really large numbers into your calculator. They're just very hard to work with. So let me kind of show you what we've got here, and you've got this on your notes. The coefficient is the number that is written. And notice that the number has one digit to the left of the decimal, or it is a number between 1 and 9.9. And you always say times 10. They call that the base of 10. And then your exponent is to the 6th power. So that's how all of your scientific notation is going to look like. And let me show you how to write it. So in this example, we have a small number that is less than 1. So we want to move the decimal until we have a number that is between 1 and 9.9. So I'm going to move the decimal point over 1, 2, 3. So I end up with 7.45 times 10 to the negative 3. If you move it to the right, if you move your decimal point to the right, your exponent is going to be negative. I like to think of it as a number less than 1 is going to give you a negative exponent. This actually means that you have 7.45 times 10 to the 1 over 10 3 times, which basically just means that you are dividing by 10 3 times is what that means. So it's going to give you 0.00745. Notice that you only record significant figures, so those zeros that are in front of the number just fall away because they're placeholders, and that's what we learned in the assignment last class. On the next one, you've got a large number. Ooh, it's storming at my house. If you can kind of hear it, it's a pretty good storm. Now, in this number, there is not a decimal point at the end, and we learned why there's not a decimal point, because those zeros are not significant. I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to go to the left until I get a number between 1 and 9.99, or one digit to the left of the decimal point. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll end up with 4.5 times 10 to the positive 5. And that actually means 4.5 times 10, 5 times. And again, notice that the zeros went away. They were not significant. All right, so you are going to try these two examples. You're going to move the decimal point until you get a number between 1 and 9.99. So I'm going to move this over 1, 2, 3, and I get 1.245 times 10 to the negative 3. On the other one, since there's not a decimal point, I'm going to put one at the end, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up with 8.80902 times 10 to the positive 5. I couldn't drop any of those because all of those were significant. I did drop the leading zeros in front of there. All right, so we tried those. Now, sometimes you're given scientific notations, you want to convert it to decimals or to standard notation. If it is a negative number, the exponent is a negative number, you're going to move to the left, and you're going to make your number less than 1. So if you kind of think about it, you can rewrite the number and then move it to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill in your zeros. Now, you have got to rewrite it. And I have a lot of students that will rewrite it like this. That is not a number. That is 3 zeros in front of 75. You've got to put the decimal point there to make it valid. So just make sure that you do that. Now, and some students will just want to add 4 zeros to the front. Notice that there's not 4 zeros, there's only 3. One of those 10s divided by 10 is taken up with the 7. So don't try to do too many shortcuts or you will make a mistake. On this one, kind of the same thing, but you're going to the right. Since it's positive, you're making a large number, so you have 4.5, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have 4 zeros after the decimal point. Make sure you rewrite it, and it doesn't need a decimal point on it because those zeros are not significant. Okay, so you're going to try this next one, and I'm going to let you try that and fill in your answer for that. And I think that is all that you've got to do on this particular assignment. I've given you some examples. You do, there is some multiplication that you're doing. And if you want to go through and kind of look at the rest of the PowerPoint, they do have some things on that. That is going to be under materials. This is going to be Unit 1 Scientific Method. It does go through a little bit with your multiplication and division and addition and subtraction with scientific notation, but you can go through that on your own. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.